Here are 5 things every new dad needs to know about those first 30 days. And if you're thinking about sleep, forget about it. What's good, y'all? I'm Marcus, and I'm a good man. I'm also a new dad, but I didn't grow up with a father. So everything I learned about being a dad was from trial and error. I had to learn it from scratch. And these are some of the things I wish someone pulled me to the side and said, hey, here's what you can expect your first 30 days. Tip number 1 for a new dad is to recognize that you're now in last place. The moment you bring that baby home into your house, it's all about your wife or your partner and that baby. You are last. Your hobbies, your schedule, your sleep, all that no longer takes priority. The number 1 priority is going to be that baby and your partner. And so you have to adjust your mindset and realize that you're now stepping into what I call servant leadership. You have to get more gratification out of serving your partner, your wife, making sure she remembers to eat, bringing her water, making sure the baby is good. You have to be that rock, bro. You have to be so consistent and stable in a very unstable time when so much is happening for your wife or partner. So make sure you serve. You have to serve your wife, serve that baby those first 30 days and beyond. Tip number 2, as a new dad, the first thing you have to do is make it easier for the new mom. For your wife or your partner, you have to be thinking about them first. And your number 1 job is to make her life easier. You have to think ahead. What are we going to eat for breakfast? What are we going to eat for lunch, dinner? You have to always keep your eye on your wife. Like, bro, is she good? Like, because so much is happening in her body, her mind. She's evolving literally in real time. So you have to keep your eyes open and say, all right, what can I do to add value to her? Because she has so much going on. And literally there's this thing called like new mom brain, where you'll find that your wife or your partner is like scatterbrained. Like before we had our son Max, like my wife was always like detailed, very organized, never got flustered. I used to think she was stoic because she didn't show a lot of emotions. When we had that baby, complete 180. Everything was heightened emotional. Everything would easily frustrate her, like disorganized. And I was like, bro, okay, let me step in and help her because she's still navigating those things, man. So your first thought should be, is the new mom good? Is my wife, my partner good? And making sure you make them a priority. And that's how you're going to start to get some stability in your household. Tip number 3, as a new dad, you have to recognize this hard truth. The woman that you dated or married, she is gone, bro. She's never coming back. Your first 30 days, you have to embrace that early and often because you're going to be expecting her to talk a certain way or act a certain way. But she's gone. And it's not a bad thing. She's evolving. The way she sees life, her priorities, what she thinks about first, her body is changing, her mindset, like some of her desires are changing. And all this is happening in real time. Those first 30 days when you get home with that baby, bro, it's a lot, man. And the best thing you can do is give her grace and recognize this is a new person in this household and not be resentful or think about how it used to be. Like, you got to forget about that. This is a whole new chapter. And you, as the father, you have to be that rock, that stability in that house when things are going up and down. It's literally a roller coaster. But if you can be that even keel, oh, it's all right, we'll figure it out. If you can be the person that's stable, like that's how you build a foundation the first 30 days. But for me personally, I'm a man of faith. I'm always praying over my wife. My bishop, before we even had our child, he literally came into our home and just blessed each room of the house and anointed my head with oil, my wife, her stomach, and gave us that oil. So I use that every single day to make sure my family is covered. You have to have that grace, those prayers. As that person that you used to know, you could have been dating her for years, married to her for years. We literally had been married for 7 years before we had our son Max. And my wife is a completely different person. What she used to like back in the day, she don't like anymore. She's a new person. Her fashion is different. How she approaches life is different. What goals she has, bro. So all that is happening, but you have to realize the woman you dated and married after she has that baby, she is a completely new person. Tip number 4 is that being a good dad is a decision. When you have your first child, you have to add a new part to your game. You're a husband or a partner, you're a man. Now you have to add, I'm a father. Adding that is a decision. And the reason why I say is that because you have to be more intentional about making sure when you walk in your house, everything is in order. Things that you normally wouldn't do, you need to step in early. That means that you're showing up every single day. You're putting in the work. And a lot of times as a new dad, there's no one clapping and saying, great job, Marcus, you did this. You got up early. You made sure that the clothes were out. You changed the diapers. You got them ready for daycare. Boom, you took them. Or you made sure that your wife had this and that. And like, you have to make sure that you know that when it's all said and done, that it's undeniable that you were a great dad. That you have to let the work speak for you. Because you're not going to get a lot of recognition. You're not going to get a lot of praise. But you have to know in your heart that, like, I was present. And the great thing about it, when you're a good dad and you're present, you show up, you'll see that come out of your child. Like, they'll be asking for da. Like my son Max, like everywhere I walk in my house, he's looking to see where I'm at. Because I'm present, I'm active. And that is the feedback you're going to start to get from your child. You'll start to get it from your partner. And it makes you feel good when your partner and your wife say, yo, he's a great dad. He's a great dad. But you got to focus on the work. Put in the work those first 30 days and beyond. Be that rock, that glue that makes sure the household stays together, man. And make the decision to be a great dad. Tip number 5, my last tip is routine, bro. The first 30 days, it's got to be boring. It's got to be boring. What I mean by that is you have to find specific things that you can do. Okay, the baby's going to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Bet the baby's going to have a nap. Make sure I burp the baby after every. Like, you have to literally, if you are someone in your professional life that's very strategic in your roles and you have a PowerPoint and you have it mapped out, bro, bring that same energy to your routine the first 30 days. Now, the first week or two, it's going to be hard to get that. But after 2 weeks, when you start to recognize, like, okay, I'm going to be sleep deprived. Okay, the baby's going to eat every 1 to 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. Okay, the baby typically goes to sleep at this time. Like, once those things start to form, then you got to stay consistent. Because here's what I learned. Babies love routines. When you know that, okay, it's 7 o'clock, it's time for bedtime, like, they crave that stability, knowing that there's a specific routine. So you have to set the stage. You have to monitor the routine. Don't put that on your partner or your wife. You need to set the stage and say, all right, this is our routine, and really stick to that, because over time, you'll notice that your kid start yawning, oh, bedtime, and they start to walk into their room. Or my son Max, he'll start to try to go up the stairs because he knows it's time for a bath. We have a specific time when we start the routine, bro. You start that 30 days out, man, 6, 12 months, you have a well-oiled machine, man. Bro, the first 30 days as a new dad are going to be tough. They're going to be the hardest 30 days of your life, but you can make it. I made it, you can make it. You have to lead with service. Serve your partner early, often. Protect her. Cover her with prayer, with grace as she evolves as a person. You need to be that stable and consistent person in that household that establishes a routine every single day, and protect your house with peace and good energy every single day. If you're a new dad, let me know in the comments what questions you might have. Let's build a space to really share the things that we've learned. If you're an OG experienced dad, share some of the lessons you learned in the comments below. Make sure you also like this video for added value. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to drop more content like this every week, so that the things I learn I can pass on to the next brother, so that you can be successful in your household. Remember, keep the faith. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. I'll see you next time.